Robert Greenwald is with us tonight of Brave New Films. He made the documentary Outfoxed. No man, I think, has really followed the career of Bill O'Reilly and his lies more than this gentleman. And I have to ask you, Mr. Greenwald, is this one for the archives?
Yeah, it's way up there, Ed, let me say. It's way up there. And you nailed it at the beginning of the show. The problem is O'Reilly said he had done some research. They don't know how to research over there. He's never done it, never will do it, and this is more evidence of that. But we see this pattern over and over again. Just about 2 years ago, we did a video showing that there were homeless vets in America, and O'Reilly came on and said, no, there are no such thing as homeless vets, and we had the visual evidence.
Yeah, well, he does a lot of this. He makes stuff up and has done it for years. But what's interesting here is that most of the time, correct me if I'm wrong, the Fox anchors are always on the same page, pushing the same angles with the three or four key words in the story. But this time, Neil Cavuto has come out and said, no, we checked it out and we did say this on the air. Yet O'Reilly is still going at it. Is this a first?
I think so, and I think we should start a campaign that Neil Cavuto should be fired from Fox for disagreeing with Bill O'Reilly. We know he doesn't like anyone to disagree with him.
Now, do their correspondents in your research over the years do the same thing? I mean, how am I supposed to, as a news consumer, watch Major Garrett stand out in front of the White House when I know O'Reilly bends the story and lies and tries to make stuff up to cover his backside night after night? How do we know their correspondents aren't doing that?
Well, they are doing it, and as we came out in the Outfoxed movie, Ed, with their memos, they get, I don't know if they still get them because our access, as you can imagine, has been cut off. They would get daily memos telling them how they should talk about the news, what the point of view should be, and what they can say and not say. That's not news. That's a political propaganda campaign.
Is this unusual that Rupert Murdoch said a few days ago that none of his people should be aligning themselves with the Tea Party, and then of course they pulled Hannity back from the right-wing city of Cincinnati when he was supposed to be up on stage, and he's been seen at these Tea Party rallies, for instance, holding up signs of congressional members like he did in Minnesota. I believe he was waving a sign of Michelle Bachmann. So is this a first for Fox that they would pull somebody off the assignment because it might look bad?
Well, not only would it look bad, he was out fundraising. The Tea Party people were selling tickets to that event using Sean Hannity's presence to raise money. And the fact that Murdoch said this is not acceptable or I'll look into it in some way, I think gives all of us an opening to push very hard when they do that and say, wait a minute, Murdoch says you're not supposed to be doing this. Aren't you listening to your boss over there?
You know, I think about all the things, Mr. Greenwald, that they have been talking about with Barack Obama. Isn't it time for another Outfoxed documentary?
Well, Ed, we don't have 10 or 15 hours to do a movie.
You got to get back to work, Robert.
Okay.
Just because it's Friday evening, come on.
Okay, I'm starting tonight.
Good to have you with us. I appreciate your time
Thanks, Ed.
tonight. I guess that's just how it goes in cable, folks.